And we are back. Not too long of a break there. Didn't want to keep you guys waiting too much, because now it is time to go into our final series of the play-ins. That's right, it's the Chengdu Hunters, recently coming off that victory there over the Hangzhou Charge. Nice little reverse sweep for them, going up against the Hangzhou Spark.
Fun fact, by the way, because we're in the lobby, Gaga says hi, Teru says Insane, Monkey, and Anna. So, you know, they've been paying attention, gassing them up. They knew what was up in that last matchup. True. Big true. Monk says thanks. Gaga says thanks as well. And look, it was what an impressive reverse sweep. Any reverse sweep you see is really, really fun to watch. It's a little sad for the team that gets reverse swept, but for the team that actually completes a reverse sweep, what an achievement. What an incredible achievement. And for Hunters as well, it was just about unlocking that other side of that coin. Like I sort of mentioned, you get Dorado, you play Gaga on the Winston, you're playing an effective dive from the first opening team fight in the neutral. You get Gaga landing on top of double support Xerneas and far away instantly dead, and that did not change for the next 3 maps for the rest of the series at all. The Hunters looking like they're on fire, and you know, despite only going 2-4 in the Countdown Cup as a record compared to Charge's 4-2, that's why Charge is so much more favored. Hunters pull through in a miracle way off the back of Gaga coming in playing Winston, Lee being unlocked again to play his best heroes like the Tracer. Hunters are looking like a very, very dangerous team coming into this matchup versus Spark.
That they are, especially given that Spark have some sins to atone for after last week. They definitely have cast a hell of a lot of doubts, I think, on them based on the performances that we did see, based on the not touching of the points that happened at multiple occasions. But yeah, we'll have to just wait and see how they look today. Again, it has been a week of rest, a week of preparation. Yes, they did, but Chengdu are Chengdu, and they can get away with doing that kind of stuff. Hangzhou, like I said, I think that the count was something around 4 or 5 C9s across the series, which is just not acceptable whatsoever. So hopefully with this week off to go ahead and get prepared, they can, you know, they will come into this one and look a hell of a lot better.
I stayed away from the broadcast, and Spark stayed away from the point. It works out. So now that I'm back, hopefully we'll both be attracted towards broadcast/point at the same time here. Look, Spark still have plenty to play through. I think that Spark it would be the most Spark thing in the world right now to make their own miracle comeback and win this matchup versus a very strong-looking Chengdu Hunters and get their way into the playoffs, because the Spark record is pretty damn good. I mean, when you look at their history, they were one of our best teams this year. I felt like on paper, sorry, not on paper, I felt like on the eye test, they were probably the strongest team represented from Eastern region in midseason madness, even though, obviously Fusion went further there. Spark had that phenomenal game versus Gladiators, which most people, next to the Glads Shock final, probably think that the Spark Glads game was one of, if not the best game of the season so far. We were obviously casting that one also. Spark since then have kind of been falling off because they're exactly right. That's which now this game would be good to do. Their record is 11-3, which is actually equal to the Fusion, 11-13. Right, two out of those wins were from these 2 last stages. 9 were from Kickoff Clash in midseason. So 9 out of 11 were from Kickoff Clash midseason. 2 out of 11 were from Summer Showdown and Countdown Cup. That's how poorly Spark have done in the latter 2 halves of the latter half rather of the entire season compared to the first half.
Well, let's go ahead
just to
and
put
take
into
a look
perspective.
at our let's just go ahead and take a look at our starting lineups to move away from that not great, not really inspiring figure that you just threw out there. But here we go. They should look pretty damn familiar because you just saw these guys for the last 3 maps of the previous series. This is the starting 5 for the Chengdu Hunters, and it seems like they've come to a similar conclusion that I would guess that most of the chat has probably come to, which is Gaga good. Yeah. So Gaga will be starting once again here for the side of Chengdu, and the onus is on Hangzhou Spark to pilot around him where Hangzhou Charge could not.
It's that bell curve meme, right? You know, between 0 to like 90 IQ, Gaga good, and then in the middle it's like, oh, well, you know, like I'm not, it's off technical, whatever, and then in the top half it's like from 100 to like 120 to 200 IQ. It's like, yeah, Gaga good, keep him in. Here we go. So this is what you need here. Gaga's winning. The dive looks great. The Winston was unpunished by the charge here, by the Guangzhou Charge. I wonder what Spark's response is going to be, because Spark have been running only 1 composition over the last couple of matches. Certainly the last match they played versus the Charge, they on all maps played. They only played, what was it again? Sombra, Tracer from Pineapple, and then the Diva, Zen Anna, I believe, was the composition, with no substitutions, no changes at all in the composition played. And if we look towards the Spark opening lineup, starting lineup here, I think they're just going to play the same thing, right? They're going to play Shy, Pineapple, Burner, Teru, Irony, I believe, is the starting five.
Nope.
Okay, I've liked Super Rich is back in. Hello? Okay, return of the little cup. Tiny teacup time.
It's been a minute, so Super Rich will be coming back in for the Hangzhou Spark, at least to start things off. We'll see if they decide to swap it up as we go along the series, but Bernard is going to be there as well. Curious to see what he's going to be running, because the whole last series pretty much just nothing but Diva, even though previously had been used very much as the Zarya specialist and has had some very strong performances on it. It was a hell of a lot of Diva from Bernard, and it didn't go so well. Not necessarily that Bernard is not an adequate Diva player, but just that the synergies, the staying on the point, everything was kind of collapsing for Hangzhou Spark. But now, as stated, it's time to wipe the slate clean. They come in here, widely the same roster, Super Rich making an appearance instead, coming back in. We'll have to see how they fare with this.
I wonder, maybe this is a bit of a swap-off to the Zarya composition, because if you think about what Super Rich's strengths are, he's most likely here for the Lucio. Lucio Bap or Lucio Ana are potential options for this team. Probably more Lucio Bap, because I don't think that Pineapple is traditionally a Genji player. His Tracer has been, I think Tracer plus Hitscan is
pretty much exclusively Tracer
Shy and
from him.
well, that's the thing, is Pineapple and Shy have a very similar hero pool because they're both Hitscan players. None of the two Flex DPS plays between Architect or Alpha in for the Spark, so I don't think they're going to be playing Genji at all. Burner can obviously go over towards the Zarya. Lucio Bap has been a pretty solid backline option for the Zarya to specifically pocket the Zarya, speed the Zarya in, lamp the Zarya if the Zarya gets low, and if Super Rich is in, he's clearly not going to be the guy playing your flex supports, because otherwise you'd play Irony Teru, wouldn't you? So I have to suspect that the Spark have changed up their strategy towards a Lucio Bap lineup.
Well, we'll see if that is going to be the case, or maybe they've invented something else during the little prep week that they have had to get ready for these play-in matches. The players are getting ready to go ahead and
Mercy
ready
Moira.
up so we can jump in. Yeah, perfect.
Yep.
Why not? That would be
Chengdu approved.
You know,
thumbs up.
Imagine if they did that and it became the new meta. We're like, oh my god, Mercy was good this whole time, and we just eliminated
Chengdu's a
Yveltal.
genius. Yeah.
And then we make the discovery that Mercy's actually the best support in the game currently, and Yveltal's already out.
And Nisha's like, thank God I'm still here. I can play some Mercy.
Very true. Would be a decent boon for him. But let's go ahead and take a look. Well, we finished on Oasis last time. We're going to go ahead and kick things off on Oasis this time around. And we'll see who is going to be able to kick things off with a map win under their belt. And, there's a pause on our screen. So,
yep.
I guess I'll turn my lights back
on.
And
we don't even get to see what they pick, so don't get that to discuss. I got to say, though, I have to wonder if Shy is going to only play the Sombra, because his strength is still in the Sojin. I mean, that's been his ideal pick. That's been his signature pick. That was his, the infamous game versus Gladiators where he had like 80% rail accuracy or something ridiculous like that. Obviously, that accuracy has been nerfed now on the patch that we're playing on, which is actually not even a live patch for Overwatch 2. But Spark have some options. I think they have more options than the singular comp they played through the entire time. And it's not going to be the Junker Queen. At least I hope not. But also, it's
he's been flashing it a lot.
I wouldn't. It's the Spark, so you'd never really know at the end of the day.
I'm wondering if we can go to the map 5 again. We get all the way down to the wire. Hangzhou need one more map, one more map win to go ahead and take it and get themselves into the playoffs. And then Chengdu just sums himself in. Actually, I'm playing.
If he
now.
I don't think he's going to play a contract, so legally he can't. But I would love to, in a multiversal way, I would love to see that. But it is going to be the Lucio. I don't think Jake's going to play a contract this year either. I'm not too sure. But it's not. It's going to be the Lucio Bat lineup as predicted. Shy going to come through instant rail Monk, so he's actually got to be back on Sojin too.
Yep. Jump over the top. It's a little bit of extra tag there onto Gaga. Jinmu just staying as long as he possibly can while remaining safe. That's going to be the first lockdown going to the way of the Hangzhou Spark. Looks like Jinmu had already pre-set up that extra escape route, so it does translocate away. Keeps his life intact. about 40% towards the EMP, but Hangzhou Spark first in control here on Garden.
And I think this is the thing about this matchup as well, is Hunters obviously warmed up, extremely warmed up. They just won on this map as well, as mentioned. They actually won this particular sub-map of Gardens. But Spark, they saw that. They know the exact strategy the Hunters are running. They know what they're up against. The first dive already, they kind of counter, or at least they got the opening back. Shy once again on the kill feed.
Dealt with. Shy having a good day. Never a good sign if you're on the opposing side. Granted, we have seen some strong starts from him, and then things have collapsed. Think back to the reverse sweep that Hangzhou Spark did suffer. But there you go. Nice little quick and easy cleanup for the side of the Spark. They force Jinmu out. Still just 73% away, or 73% towards that EMP. Shy keeping pace with him with the overclock, and Hangzhou Spark currently getting ready to move up over 50%.
And it certainly presents a different challenge as well when you're diving this backline, because you have the immortality field to deal with from Terra. You also have that very, very strong shift ability on the BAP, which can just instantly heal up your team. So Monk has to land some great bio nades here to stop that from happening. Terra nearly has window, by the way.
For that high ground pressure once more, immortality field going to be forced out. Pineapple dashes down on the low ground. Gaga leaps back up top. Pulse bomb still being held. He sees Nisha on the flank, gets tagged down to about 50 HP, pulls back over to safety, but there's the EMP from Chengdu, and he catches 4. A massive one as the cleanup starts to come in. Pineapple going to be taken down, and it's looking like it's going to be a very flawless fight win here. Bubble will stop the hack, but Chengdu still gets the kill. Flip is there. Hangzhou Spark losing control, but do have 79% set up.
I mean, it's an EMP into a sleep dart as well, so Burnout just had no opportunity to bubble his team. They get wiped out, and the good news is they have 79%. Not uncommon. We've seen Chengdu Hunters start from behind, up against the charge in our previous maps on Control as well. 79 is a very big lead. The good news for Hunters is they only spend an EMP, so very cheap fight. If they want to snowball from here, they have 4 ultimates to play through. Spark have their own options. Super has just got the sound barrier. This should be a Nano Gaga fight, though, coming from Hunters.
Almost certainly. This one of the DPS or Nisha gets into a bad spot, and they need to try to keep him alive. Drop down there from Gaga, greeting them at the gateway. Pulse bomb lobbed in. This time, Leaf not going to be able to find the stick. Goes low. 24 HP gets a recall off, and Shy narrowly survives. The sound barrier coming in, not, just right on time to keep in the fight. Overclock is rolling. He's looking for some targets, but so far the eliminations are not being found. Immortality field's going to be cleaned up. Grab does catch Gaga. They're trying to keep him sustained, and
he
actually works the treat. They managed to keep him alive, and then Shy is dead on the back end. Leaf gets in on top of the enemy Sojourn, finds the kill, and Gaga once more, now full HP, is looking to reaggress. Already cleaned up a kill on the Terror. Nisha was taken down off screen, but that's now Pineapple dead and dealt with. The Chengdu Hunters are going to be able to take the lead from here.
That is insane pocketing from Monk. Game after game, map after map. Monk just keeps Gaga alive. Gaga is unkillable in so many situations. That was unbelievable. Primal into the Nano, and Spark threw everything at Gaga. Failed to get him down. We're now 79 locked, both aside. Jinmu nearly onto another EMP. Terra has to open this with a window just to force the point open.
Gaga again getting tagged low. Window at the ready. Nisha as well falls down, but they keep him alive for now. Jinmu makes his exit. They give away the point. Hangzhou Spark, they're not that far behind. 9% now separating. EMP at the ready, however.
Should be double 99s.
Off to wait out the Amp Matrix.
EMP can win this burn our slap. This is the perfect time, and paused.
It's a perfect time for a pause, it would seem.
It is. Okay, well, hopefully it won't take too long to get back into the game, but, I mean, what do we have here? We have a slept burner. We have Jinmu looking to play in, Leave on a pulse, Monk on 80% as well. It's a lot of things good coming up online for the Hunters. The Amp Matrix has just been blown. No, Hunters respect the Amp Matrix, so they don't play into it. If Jinmu had the EMP early, I think they just directly dive on, because the EMP can actually cancel that the window. So for Hunters, I think they can accept a flip coming through from the Spark. Like I said, 99 to 99 likely here, given that Hunters can very likely cap. But if Hunters cap at all, they probably take the point and win the round, because Spark won't have time to come back to recontest. So really, this is last fight for both teams. Hunters do come in with more resources.
They do. I mean, the Pulse nearly at the ready as well. They're from Leave, just 7% off. Monk should be able to build a Nano unless he gets picked early, so eyes on Pineapple to see if he can weasel his way into the back line and find some value there. But not sure what's going on, but once we get word, we'll just keep you guys informed, and otherwise we'll hopefully be getting underway once more here relatively soon. It's been a
Yep.
pretty good
By
year,
the
I
way,
think,
Jimmy-
overall, as far as the tech pauses are concerned, at least on our end
Yeah.
over here in APAC. I mean, granted, we did have the one pretty big flub up, I suppose, where systems just kind of crashed and we missed the back end of a Junkertown map there with Shanghai. But aside from that, I think it's been pretty good.
Was that last weekend? It was, right? I was sat in a gamer bar. We have those in Australia. I was telling all the bar stuff to put the games on.
Have those everywhere, my friend. It's not just Australia.
No, it's only Australia. Literally doesn't exist outside of Australia. You heard it here first.
Sorry, Guildhall, you don't exist anymore, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm sure Korea has none of those. Anyway, yeah. So we were watching the game in the bar, and then boom, it's just gone. I was like, oh, okay. There's no audio though, so I couldn't hear you, Trish, so I don't actually know what was going on. I think I might have sent you a
because
message.
you couldn't have heard us because there was no output going through. So
right,
we were desperate.
No, I just meant generally. I meant
time,
generally. Yeah. I was quite keen for the LAN game. That looked like it was kind of fun. You had all the players on there. I hope Zest recovers. And then,
yeah, no kidding.
I'm glad APAC finally got a LAN game. That was good.
Very good to see, especially one here on Korean soil, because we did have the few last season over in China and whatnot that were hosted, but it was good to have one back on Korean soil for a change, first time in a couple of years now. And I was telling Trid, if I wasn't casting the series right now, I would have been down there watching it live. But I got the next best thing, which was being able to go ahead and bring the action to people. And we had a really good series in that one, going all the way to 5. We also got Prophet playing Ana for Route 66, which was a bit of a head scratcher.
Didn't go well.
Didn't look great. But we're still waiting on a word here to see what the issue is and how long it's going to take. So I think we're still just
Leave just left the game, by the way. Just saw the little in the bottom left. Leave left the game. I thought it was quite funny. Anyway.
There we go. Well, it's, like I said, we've widely been pretty good about pauses, but now we're here at the end of the season, just about. We're getting ready to go into the playoffs properly. So, of course, the curse kind of had to catch up to me, and we had to have an extended pause. So this is just kind of what happens, but it is what it is. But as far as gamer bars go, since you were curious about that, there are a few. I might have actually taken you to one before, back in 2019 when we did the Gauntlet. I don't remember, but either way. Yes, exactly. But we can always do another pit stop back over there at some point when you come out here for my wedding ceremony, which is going to be fun. It's going to be a tight turnaround for that. Lots of festivities happening at the very beginning of November because we're going to have the finals, the playoffs, and everything. And then everybody's just going to be coming out to Korea, I guess.
Yeah, LA to Korea. I might take a bit of a Disneyland trip in the middle as well. That'll be fun.
It's going to be a good time.
Come out to Disneyland on the last day. No, it'll be the day after the last day, after the 5th of November. Come to Disneyland.
You could miss it. It's overpriced and not that great. But hey, if you've never been, go for it. Why not? You might be able to get some cheap tickets. But I guess it's worth going to since you've never been. But for people who just go every single weekend, I don't understand it because just like
it's because the
rides aren't that exciting.
You're talking about the staff.
The rides aren't that exciting, and once you've ridden on them a couple times, you're just like, magic's lost. If you're not a guy who's really big on like aesthetic, and like not a big like fan of like Disney IPs and whatnot, then one visit is probably enough to go ahead and tide you over. I'm more of like a Six Flags guy when it comes down to theme parks, Six Flags, Cedar Point, that kind of stuff, because it's just rides that go hard in the paint, some crazy stuff like King Nika over in New Jersey, tallest roller coaster in the world, etc., etc. I'm more in it for that rather than like, oh look, it's Buzz Lightyear. Like, I could do without it. I've never been that big. I like Toy Story, but I've never been that big of a Disney guy. Never seen Frozen. It just doesn't really appeal to me. Well, what I was going to say was, on the topic of my wedding ceremony, you know who actually has ghosted my invite, and I have reminded him of it after I sent it a couple times over on a Vast stream, is Super.
Okay.
Super. I don't know if you watch the league anymore. If you catch up on VODs or whatever, you want to see what's going on over here in APAC.
If he does, he doesn't watch. He probably doesn't watch this one, but anyway.
What the hell, man? He said he was excited because he'd never been invited to a wedding before. So I was like, boom. I've given you your first wedding invitation. It's going to be a good time. All the people are coming out and whatnot. Krusty's going to be there. Jester's going to be there. A bunch of people are going to be showing up. 9K, etc. And then Super's just like, you know what? I'm not going to respond. So you know what, Super? I don't want you there anymore. Your invitation is officially rescinded. You have 24 hours to get back to me and let me know whether or not you're coming. Otherwise, it's officially rescinded, and I will reject you at the door if you end up turning up without saying a damn thing. I'll be like, nope. Get on a plane, go back to making you millions of dollars streaming, you jerk.
I think we have
That's all I got.
potentially, while we're still chilling out, I don't know if we're going back into game. Oh, I think we are.
Looks like we are.
Potentially. Here we go. Is Lee returned? That's the big question for me. Because it did say he left, and if he had to reconnect, he would have lost his ultimate, but he's still here. OT.
OT is forced. There's the EMP pull from Jinmu, and Leave collapses in. They manage to find Super Rich. He does get taken down, Shy able to find one, but he's going to find so much more, but instead he's just going to find himself 6 feet under. Gaga cleans him up. Pulse bomb out from Pineapple, not going to get a damn thing done. It's just he and Bernard fighting. As the flip is there, they need to be able to extend this. Bernard cannot go down. He's still trying to hold the doorway. The bubble comes in, he clears off that ante, but Gaga just stomps him out of existence. That should just about be it, unless Hangzhou Spark can pull off a miracle. They do have the reinforcements coming through. Super Rich somehow able to find Jinmu. Pulls bomb out from Leaf, not going to be able to find a stick, doesn't find a kill. Turns his sights over to Teru once more, who does get stunned up, hit to the floor. Leaf finds the elimination, but it's at the cost of their own brig. He shut down Shy, doing God's work for the side of the Spark, manages to find both the supports, but Gaga pops the Primal, gets on top of him, finds the elimination. The OT forced out once more. Now recallless is Pineapple, but Bernard has re-arrived. 20% away from having that grab online. Super Rich here at the point, getting ready to be flipped. They're just about a quarter of the way there. The point going to be cleared out a little bit more. Now they get to half.
Look at those.
They continue to inch forward. The HP so damn low. The beat gets dropped in. Jinmu taken down. Pineapple lets loose with the pulse bomb. Not going to find an elimination, but he follows up on the Gaga. Finds the kill. Super Rich goes charging forward, looking to boop them off this point because the OT is going to plummet in a second, and it does. Hangzhou Spark with Pineapple and Bernard holding the point somehow managed to clutch it out. Shy comes back in, cleans up both supports, finishes the round by killing both supports again, and they take it. That's just the first round. Feels like it was the end of the series, honestly, because we're talking for so damn long. But man, Garden goes the way of the Spark.
That was a 4v2 at one point, and saw Hunters get a successful dive. The Primal was there. We see Gaga Goomba stomp on top of Burner, and you're thinking that's probably going to be it. Hunters have full control in here. There's no tank available for Spark. Shy comes back in. As you mentioned, he deletes the backline. He gets both of the supports there. Super Rich kills Jinmu as well. How does Spark clutch that? That was incredible coming on through. Wow. What a finishing.
That's just one of those moments.
But yeah, some part of me is like, that was kind of worth it. Some part of me was like, it did take a while to get to. But wow, what an ending.
And what a performance from Shy. 2 incredibly clutch kills, and the rest of the team playing around him just immaculately. So neck and neck to start things off. Let's see how we fare now that we're on City Center. As you mentioned in the previous series, Garden, a little bit of a toss-up for the Winston. City Center, though, in with a good shout.
Pineapple slam.
Gaga going to be taken down, but Pineapple was eliminated. Monk able to clean that one up, so it is a 1-for-1, but the front line broken down for the Chengdu Hunters, which puts that much more pressure on the back line, as well as on the DPS to be able to find some value here. But Hangzhou Spark should be nicely poised to be able to get the first lockdown once more.
Yeah, they're looking like they're in control. Burner surviving through the hack, as did Shy a little bit earlier on. Despite Pineapple going down, it doesn't seem like Spark have been too phased, and now Shy's going to have the opening pick.
Dead. Shy. Looking good again, slides forward. He's got a good amount of charge here for this rail. Trying to get line of sight onto somebody. He's going to swing out very wide. He'll try to put that through somebody's head, but doesn't happen. Chengdu Hunters just go ahead and concede it, so Hangzhou Spark get the first lockdown once more. Shy has now overstepped. Yep,
yeah,
he was off on that
too
flank.
Far there. He went too far on the flank, and now Leaf takes him down, so this gives Chengdu Hunters a 5v4. They have ultimates coming online as well. Monk is 90% and counting up Hunters in a beautiful position to get the flip in.
Pulse bomb out, not going to get anything done there, but I mean, it's just repeated melee hits through the shield. Nation just continuously getting bopped on the face. Does end up dying, but Taro and Super Rich end up getting cleaned up here, so it seems like a fairly fast split for the side of the Chengdu Hunters. It's 33% gets established by the Hangzhou Spark. Pulse bomb from Lee will go ahead and finish the job into Bernard. Pineapple tags back in, just looking to extend this as much as possible. Actually does find a clean-up kill. But as he goes down, that will just be the Hangzhou Spark finally displaced and the Chengdu Hunters gaining control.
And Gaga will come back in pretty quick succession as well, so, you know, Spark not going to be able to use that final kill from Pineapple, who, by the way, was slept by Monk. I think twice in a row now on this particular round, he's just been slept up. Monk has been hitting some disgustingly good sleeps, whether it's on Sombras or Traces even. Double support ultimate's about to be online. Sorry, in fact, already online for the Hangzhou Spark here. Tempo beat could be the play. Jinmu in position to drop the EMP. Jinmu's EMP location, very important here if you can catch both the backliners.
Shy under some pressure, now going to be antied out. Bernard seemingly not available to give him a bubble, but Shy does manage to just go ahead and stay alive. Window's going to be coming through the primal pop by Gaga. He's instantly chunked down to about half HP. Overclock rolling. Shy wants to get into a more aggressive spot to try to find some kills. Swings the corner, but goes just over Jinmu's shoulder. So unable to find the elimination. Tied up now, Chengdu Hunters take the lead. Nisha spotted, just gets chunked out, but does not fall. EMP infested, manages to find 3 super hits, drops. The beat is going to be antied out as well as Terror. The shield keeps the majority of them alive as Bernard is able to find both the DPS players on the side of the Chengdu Hunters. Mortality field now dealt with. Bernard still under siege. Desperately needs a bubble from himself, but cannot get one. Doesn't have it off cooldown, and super hits is going to be cleaned up. So Hangzhou Spark, they invest heavy to try to get this fight flipped, to get this point under their control, but Chengdu Hunters manage to persevere.
Yeah, Gaga and the total support's alive, keeping him up. Hunters 75% and counting. I didn't quite see it, but I think Gaga's bubble might have blocked some sound barrier targets. Super Rich only dropped the beat on himself and Teru, so could have been Gaga just blocking LOS through the shield there. Pulse is going to miss due to the bubble coming on through. It's 90% now, potentially.
Take it down once more. Gaga and the supports were able to win out last time. This time they do have Jinmu here, still playing along with them, but he's getting pressured out of the back line. Pineapple trying to keep him honest as best as possible. Pulse bomb at the ready. Gaga likely aware of this, goes jumping away. Pineapple goes up into the space, throws it, but it clips onto the bubble, doesn't find the kill. Super Rich narrowly kept alive. The immortality field perfectly placed by Teru keeps him in the fight. Now that's going to expire. Again, the Nano Primal coming through from Gaga, just looking to try to get a corner here onto somebody, but actually displaces Teru all the way up into the front lines. He's able to be focused down. Nisha with a shield bash finds the elimination. Now Pineapple going to be dealt with. Shy going low. The sound barrier comes in from Super Rich to try to keep them in this fight. Bernard finds one before going down the Nisha whip shot. And Shy, yeah, just this time around, not going to be able to clutch it out. Ends up getting dropped. And the Chengdu Hunters, after a bit of extended cleanup, will be able to take this into a third and final round of Oasis. University will decide it all.
I mean, what a monster. Gaga, once again, is just unkillable. He's basically invincible on the city center map. Always has angles to jump away from. Bubble timings are brilliant. Monk pocketing him beautifully. I mean, just doesn't allow him to die. Monk himself barely pressured every single time Spark try to dive on top of Monk. It doesn't matter. He has a sleep dart. Pineapple repeatedly slept by this Ana player from the Chengdu Hunters. And because Shy is not on another dive here, he can't follow up those dives. It's only Pineapple going the backlines. Bernard's on Azaria. He can't go in either. So the backline of Chengdu Hunters kept very safe there, and even with Jinmu and Leave down, a very critical fight. Only Gaga and support plays alive, and the Hunters still win it. However, Achilleos, as I mentioned in the previous series with the Chengdu versus Charge, this is the round that is favored for Zarya. So Spark, if there's a way to take home this opening Oasis, it will happen on University.
Carrying on now. See who can go ahead and take this first map. Things off with a bang. Hunters right now occupying the high ground, maintaining control. Pineapple looks at his placement, just chipping away where possible. Eventually they will have to jump out of this position, and Gaga's already going to go ahead and do just that. Leaps forward. Jinmu joining him. Chengdu Hunters nearly get the lockdown at the point. As Pineapple goes ahead and dashes away, they will be able to take it for themselves. But Jinmu caught. Bernard finds that elimination. Hangzhou Spark maybe just thinking, try to go ahead and get this quick flip. Gaga drops down into the pit, leave sliver of HP remaining for him. Recontest comes through, they look for Shy, but Gaga ends up paying the iron price. Rail at the ready, looks for Nisha there. Shy unable to find the elimination, but the flip will come through. 18% set up for the Chengdu Hunters.
And the problem there is when Gaga leaves for the Mega Pack below into the pit, his team suffers map control. Hangzhou Spark get to push on forward. They're obviously ignoring Gaga in the pit. He jumps out, is instantly focused. The rest of the Hunters not in position to support Gaga anymore. So instant flip over. Jim with the opening pick onto Pineapple. 5v4 here. Good opportunity for the Hunters. And Nano coming online.
Good opening pick. Starts stepping forward. Bernard now moves in. Low HP there onto Gaga. They can't get the finish. He drops into the pit. The Nano comes out. He's waiting for the leap cooldown to come back up. He's already lost 2 members. Teru has fallen on the side of the Hangzhou Spark, but Monk and Jinmu now out of the fray. Gaga does not have the primal. And as he tries to get out, he cannot. Shy denies him a retreat. It's now 40% plus here for the Hangzhou Spark.
That's just a mistiming there. I mean, what you see there is Gaga didn't know the Nano was coming on in, so he went for the Mega Pack. Had he known, if they communicated that, maybe it was difficult to communicate because Monk's like, he's not too sure if he's going to get it either. But had the Nano just come on through, Gaga doesn't go for the Mega, he stays in play with the Nano following up. He doesn't have to wait in the pit for 5 seconds to get his jump back, and that would have been a very different fight. But however, in this case, the Nano ends up being wasted.
Getting hounded down there by Pineapple, still under pressure in the back line. The sound barrier has to be used by Nisha just to try to keep everybody alive. Overclock rolling from both of the Sojourns. So far, no one coming up with a kill. Mortality Field's going to be taken down, but there's the grab from Bernard. Gets the catch here on to lead. The pulse bomb going to be invested as well for the Big Bang combo.
Jinmu Hero Blade.
That's Gaga dead. Now Jinmu, yeah, he pulls the Hero Blade, but it's going to get absolutely nothing done. He goes down, the flip back into their favor. Hangzhou Spark once again regaining control. All ults basically invested in that fight, but in the meantime, Taro has been building up towards another Amp Matrix.
Yeah, I mean, this is just such a hard map for Gaga to play on, so much more punishable. He's dying a lot more now. I mean, he's nearly doubled his deaths from just the previous 2 rounds combined. We're looking at 99% here for the Hangzhou Spark. They can finish this one with a window. Taro can play maximum distance. There's no Nano play here because Jinmu already burned it. No,
I knew
no touch.
it was going to happen. Saw it coming from a mile away. Here we go, boys. We are back in the zone. Let's kick things off. Map 1 goes
done it
away
again.
to Hangzhou Spark. They have Chung damn done it again. They do not touch. They do not let us know what could have been in the follow-up fight. Hangzhou Spark will go ahead and take map number 1. Granted, I think they were poised to do it all the same. But here we are.
Yep.
It begins.
And really, to me, the real swing map, once more, it has to be the Gardens. That's a 50-50 one between the 2 styles of play that we saw here. And the final fight, which, you know, again, we waited eons for, ended up going the way of Spark off the back of a clutch. Chengdu could have won that one. They had the 4 versus 2. They had the Goomba Stomp kill to Burnout, which also secures them a 5v4 for the final recontest. Spark off the back of Shy, double kill into Monk and Niche on the back line, secure it. And because they got the swing map, they get the other one as well that was important, which is the University. Spark were favored to win that one. They get a 2-1 score.
Well, chat's going to have fun with that one when it comes around, but yeah. Anyway, map 1 out of the way. Chengdu Hunters, they now have their map selection. We'll see where they elect to take us for Hybrid when we come back from the break, so don't go anywhere, guys. This final play-ins match here for the APAC region continues in just a few. some things happened. Map 1 occurred, and now we're going into map number 2. Chengdu Hunters have their selection as we get ready to go into hybrid, and I'll just go ahead and tell you, it's going to be Paraiso coming up to see if they can tie the score.
And we'll talk about the substitutions here as well. Burner is actually out for Gushue, so we're going to have some Winston versus Winston action. The call is made that we are basically going to mirror, we being the Spark side of things, going to mirror the Chengdu Hunters. I would have actually said Burner staying would have been fine. A lot of tank players end up playing D.Va on this particular map. Zarya is not bad, especially on the C point, but D.Va kind of dominates A and B. But, you know, Spark's particular readers, they want to match the Winston. And honestly, I don't hate it because traditionally, Gushue's been one of the best Winstons in history. I mean, I still personally have him on my Mount Rushmore of Winston players next to, you know, the mirror and gestures of the world. This is going to be a very interesting matchup now because I don't think there's been any other substitutions. We could be looking at a Lucio Ana kind of composition here, maybe Brig Ana as well. I do think both teams need to run an Ana here to support their Winstons. Monk has been a ridiculously good Ana so far over the course of 2 series, so that will remain.
Yeah. That it will. So we'll see if Chengdu Hunters, if this is going to be enough for them to go ahead and get themselves on the board, or if they're going to have to reverse sweep once again to get themselves into the playoffs. Definitely don't want to be in that position now. So we'll see if they can tie it up 1-1. As mentioned, Paraiso is going to be coming up next. We'll see if that can be the staging ground for a tied set. Hangzhou Spark, though, have been looking incredibly good. I mean, that clutch from Shy in particular on the first round of Garden was just absolutely immaculate. That's one of those ones to very much look back on is some of the, you know, craziest clutches in history. You know, not going to be at the top of the list, but it'll definitely make the list.
Prophet Pulse Bomb in the kickoff clash on Elio's Lighthouse versus the Shanghai Dragons is definitely right up the list for me. Yeah. But Shy do be doing some incredible stuff in the server, and he's looking out there saying, yeah, that's right, I might not have gotten the MVP nod. Maybe he should have gotten the MVP nod, who knows? I'm kind of done with that topic now anyway, as Shy, in any case, is going to be as dominant as ever on the Sojin when possible. And it kind of makes me think, like, you know, why he was even playing so much Sombra last week and the week before. Clearly for Spark, it wasn't really working, so go back to basics here. Jump back on the horse that got you here in the first place, which for Shy easily is the Sojin.
Yep, just sticks with it here for this defense. Chengdu Hunters, they're like Jinmu out the gate with the Genji. So maybe no Sombra here, unless they decide to change it up, but they should know pretty much exactly what they're going to be getting.
It means, I think this means it's easier for Jinmu to capitalize on leave shots. But I do think for Paraiso attacking A, you know, having the Sombra, having the Tracer allows you to put pressure on the point a lot easier to alleviate the defensive positioning here on the high ground. This can be a very difficult position to get past for the attacking team.
A mild contest here from Gaga, leaps forward, forces Shy's position for now. Shots coming out. It's Teru just keep everybody alive. Jinmu already going to get picked. Super Rich finds the kill. Looks like Jinmu was just trying to solo contest the high ground. Gaga was not alongside of him. Now goes leaping across the opposite side, just zapping away where possible. Anti out into both of them, but Misha's actually going to be the one who finds an elimination. Shy now taken down. Monk able to stay alive as well. Man advantage and a long run back for Shy. See if you can get back in here before the Chengdu Hunters really start to occupy the point, because the contest is getting ready to come through as they continue to just inch forward step after step.
I mean, Sparks just lose ground here. I mean, that's the trade-off, right? You have 4 versus 5. You don't want to fight that, so you have to give up ground. Wait for Shy to come back in. Gallagher's, by the way, almost on towards Primal. He's got it now.
Oh, he does. He's looking for the knock off the side of the map. Not quite able to line that one up now. Is going to be looking to get Super Rich as well. Gets the hit, the shield bash. Oh, he can't quite make it up the ledge. And there you go. After a little extended animation, he ends up falling down. Pineapple, in the meantime, manages to find both the supports, and Gushue got leave. So it's still going to be going the way of the Hangzhou Spark. Gaga solo contesting, but he's going to have to try to make his exit. Now he's going to be anteed up. He should be going down for a little bit of an added stagger, so not even a single tick going to be garnered here for the Chengdu Hunters.
Wow, Pineapple really clutched up there, but so did Teru as well, right? Because Gaga got the earlier Nano. Sorry, Gaga got the earlier Primal, but Teru got the earlier Nano. Monk still doesn't actually quite have it. 99% now. Teru responds to the Primal by just instantly nanoing Gushue. They trade backlines, and Pineapple more successfully so. Gaga fails to get both targets off the map. He only found Super Edge. And then he got slipped right afterwards. Chengdu Hunters now reset, but they have a Nano Blade available. No rally yet for Super Edge.
jump in. Bionin goes out, does clip on the Teru. Couple shots flying. Gushway getting pressured low, pops the Primal, and Leaf gets a headshot on the Pineapple. Now the blade is going to be pulled out. Shy taken down. There's no damage left to try to deal with this one. The Jinmu should just be able to feast, and he does. Yeah, gets the read, knows exactly where Super Rich is going to end up after the shield bash. And Chengdu Hunters will just go ahead and dump everything they've got. And we'll go ahead and take the first point. So A, about to be theirs, as Gushway is still not respawned.
Totally worth as well. I mean, it's a 3 versus 2 ultimate trade there. With Hangzhou Spark also burning the Primal Rage. Yeah, Primal Rage there. As we, 3:45-ish kind of time walking on through B and C. Pretty reasonable. Overclock coming up for both teams the next fight. Positioning first and foremost for the Chengdu Hunters. Spark. Don't think they're going to go for too much of an early contest. That is a pulse bomb from Pineapple, though. A little bit optimistic. I'm not too sure about that.
Yeah, Leave just loosely tracking his position, slides away. Quick little hop, manages to elude it. Rich trying to keep Gaga from getting in on that flank angle for now. It's like
Shy loses
gonna
rail
call
charge.
for Shy to join in. Gets his way over. Obviously, slower build time off those bubbles and shields now, so not really going to be able to build up a rail.
Pineapple
Takes a nasty
stalling.
shot from Leave. Okay, overclock pop. Shy instantly finds Leave. Helps chunk down Nisha. That should be the cleanup coming through. Is final tag on the Monk. He'll be the last one to die. A team kill for the side of the Hangzhou Spark and some cart control.
A really fast combo, right? The Nano Clock coming in through. Teru and Shy combining there for the Spark just to jump in, get some frags, catch Chengdu off guard. No other ultimates available for Hangzhou, so they spent what they had. And they don't even allow Chengdu to sort of get around to the corner of that green roof, that very important green roof that the defensive teams always seem to be able to hold. Hunter's turn to get something done. I don't believe Monk will spend this Nano to leave. It should maybe go towards Jinmu. That being said, though, Shy got a lot done on his Nano Clock. We're about to reach that corner now.
I don't mind it either way. Leave's never really a bad target to try to invest that ult onto. But with the blade just 20% away, I think it would make sense to try to wait this one out, just poke and prod where possible. Already Hangzhou Spark is giving up a decent amount of space, but Gushway just goes ahead and comes in to recontest this. It's taken down low.
Well, Leaf's going in.
Primal now popped, and that's just going to be the cleave down. Jinmu finding one. Gaga helping just go ahead and lock down the others. So Nano's still going to be held. The overclock gets some value. And that's an immense amount of space broken open now for the Chengdu Hunters. They might not even have to invest too much else to really
I think they're going to have
cap
to.
Coming in.
Well, Spark will get a recontest here. I think Spark will go for it. And because they go for it, the Nano Blade almost has... Are they going to go? Yeah, they are. So the Nano Blade might have to be burned here. Gushway probably primals in time, right?
Okay, they do go for it. The dash is still held. Gets on top of Shy. Cuts him down. Looks for a little bit more. Tries to cancel the rally from Super Rich. He stays alive for a little bit longer. Yep. Whip shot keeps him at distance. Dive in. Gushway looking for a little bit of extra kills coming through, but has overstepped now. Leave manages to shut him down. Sleep Dart connects here onto Gaga, and somehow they don't wake him up, but it doesn't matter. As Leave has to clean up onto both supports. Cap now is in. 2.5 minutes remaining for the Chengdu Hunters as they go on the final stretch.
That probably cost too much for the Spark. I mean,
Shy's
it's still a 2 versus 3 trade, and still you'd have to say that Hunter spent one extra ultimate to the Spark, but the goal for the Spark there was that they just wanted Hunter to spend overall. And ideally, Spark still get to hold some of their own ultimates. I feel like they got into a position where they felt like they started to win, so okay, spend a bit extra. We can actually win this fight, maybe get a hold on top of B. We mostly are able to block out Jinmu's blade.
Oh,
the trade here now comes out with Gushway, but yeah, Teru gone.
Yeah, Gushway is trying to get something done here, but now the healing is significantly cut down, has to retreat. Goes back over to join in with Super Rich. The nade from Shy will find Jinmu, but Chengdu Hunters just going to go ahead and continue with the push. Getting the card around the second to last corner now. Gushway still waiting to go ahead and get top back up so he can try to reaggress once more. Shy does have the pacing for the overclock. He's going to need to find some value with that once it's available, and already he's getting tagged down low, and Gaga snipes him out of the air!
That's huge. Extra kills here as well. Lee gets on top of Gushway.
Well.
Spark have to fall back. Spark have to reset right now. If they lose any more players, they're just going to get staggered out. Pineapple, late death. Look at the payload pushes getting towards the final corner now. Another late death.
Now they're just going to get locked into the spawn room doors, pushed up against it. Gaga cleaves down two. Says, yeah, Gushway, I know you're known for the Primal Blade. You basically invented the term. But he shows him how it's done. 2 quick cleanups. Pineapple dead. Overclock pop now by Leave. Gushway tries to keep this contested, but yeah, the blade comes out, and that is just going to be it. A minute remaining. Chengdu Hunters, they get to the end in style.
Shy dies 3 times in that fight. 3 times. Chengdu Hunters, they snipe him out. Gaga gets the first kill on top of him. Or was it Leave, maybe? Can't remember. No, Leave got Gushui. Gaga got the kill to Shy. Shy respawns twice in that fight and dies 2 more times. Not saying it's his fault, but I am saying Spark failed to regroup. They failed to just reset as a team. I don't care if you have to dive back into spawn. You cannot contest with 3 players alive after Gushui and Shy are both dead. Gaga gets the most beautiful primal corner trap that you've seen, collects a couple more frags. Hangzhou Spark repeatedly just dive members out one by one, trickling onto the payload. And there's no win condition there. You're literally just come out one by one and dying. Epitomized by the fact that Shy died 3 times in the course of 1 fight. And they never got a defense because Spark failed to reset.
And we have seen time and time again, we have to bring it up time and time again, that you get the shutdown on a Shy, and that is a very good boon for you when you're playing against the Hangzhou Spark. We saw how instrumental he was on the first map to be able to get that win. And if he can continue to get shut down by the Chengdu Hunters, they are going to be looking very good to go ahead and tie this up at 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, Shy is having a lot of impact. I actually think that Spark, had they managed to get Shy's overclock off in a better position, pretty winnable final defense there. The Hunters will get it done. 1 minute left in the time bank there as well, which is really important because this kind of means they avoid any sort of draw scenarios that could be applied later on. And Spark once again will do the Sojin Tracer combo. Chengdu will respond with the same. Jinmu does not start out on Genji for the defense, prefers the Tracer to go 1-to-1 with Pineapple.
Alright, early recall used. He takes a chunk. Pineapple just continuing to spray out where possible, trying to close the distance here onto the members of the Chengdu Hunters. Nisha down low. Gushui finds the kill, but Shy and Teru both get picked now. Super Rich as well in danger of dying. Gushui, sure, he'll stop Monk out, but now they lose out on Super Rich, so it's later trading.
Chengdu are in the Spark spawn.
That they are. Leaf does fall. Pineapple going to continue to try to farm up here where possible. Jinmu, low HP, continues the kite back, should be able to get some healing. I'll focus fire Gaga first and foremost, though, and that's a minute gone.
Look at the respawns. This
should be able to get the reset.
Oh, they are, but they have to give up space. This is the sad thing for the Hunters as they push up so far, leaving Gaga. Maybe Jinmu's all literally in the spawn of the Spark. And now Spark have better respawn positioning, so they get to have the forward positioning now. Super Rich and Teru did get by there, but they're fine. And look at the surround now. Spark, they're even capturing high ground on the opposite end.
Gushui just holding it where possible, but they still need to be able to contest the point. They dive in, they're looking for Nisha, and they will get him. Pineapple cleans it up. Now Monk, left in a bad spot, gets taken down in the back line right now. The Hangzhou Spark looking alive and well. Jinmu only able to find Shy. Now Leave dealt with. Jinmu still around. The pulse bomb not going to find any value. That's going to be the Hangzhou Spark starting to get the cap rolling.
Does Gaga try and delay this with the Prime will be a very expensive way to allow the rest of the Hunters to come back in for a final contest. Now they have 2 ticks they can give away. This is the moment now. Gaga does pull. That means Hunters are committed to this fight. They are going to play for the final contest.
Still not contesting though. Second tick is going to be grabbed up despite the primal from Gaga. He's still just trying to harass on the back lines, I suppose. But
Monk's dead.
Monk is going to be taken down. No nano to be found. Nisha jumped on, whip shot, keep him alive for a little bit longer. Leave here to try to peel. 18 HP remaining. Gushui does end up falling. Gaga jumps away. Jinmu, however, still playing the point. Keeps this one contested, so it's not done yet. Wow. Leave now. Overclock. Popped. Manages to find one. Slides in. Looks for a little bit more. Shy shuts him down. Overclock of his own. Nearly online. And with Gaga falling, that should just be the end of the contest. And yeah, Shy will go ahead and clean up 3 kills for himself. Overclock not necessary. And it looks a little bit scary there. It looked like Chengdu Hunters was going to do the Hangzhou Spark, what the Hangzhou Spark did to them over on Garden. But now it's going to be 3 minutes and 40 seconds as they can get the cart rolling.
And the missing piece of the puzzle there for the Chengdu Hunters was the nano, because Monk unfortunately dies at 99, tragically. I think Gushui hunted him down with the Primal as well, mispositioned Monk because the Primal just buffets him around. And without the extra nano, Hunters don't have the capability. Look, Leave really put up a great fight there, but Shy proves why he's the better Sojin. Not just in this matchup, but maybe just generally speaking across all Sojin players. 3:13 remaining for the Spark now, but a great opportunity to move on forward. Overclock and live. Could be running soon, should be running.
Drop down Teru, dead. Gaga with a nice kill. They're trying to stop Super Rich.
Super Rich lives.
Let's get a little bit of extra HP, so the rally still continues. Pineapple with Pulse not going to be able to find an elimination. As nice shot from Leave will go ahead and shut down the enemy Tracer. Space again. Found for the Chengdu Hunters as they keep the cart locked in position.
Bit of stall here. Slow down. No matter what happens, I mean, Hunters have been able to bleed that timer down by nearly a minute now. The payload is not bad, though. It's actually pushed up a Ringsable amount with Gaga dead. Hunters actually have to force a fight here, or they got to back out. They have ground to give up. They can play for a final contest.
No assists on that one either. I'm not quite exactly certain what occurred, but Gaga dead is a big boon for the Hangzhou Spark. The clock is still at the ready here. Leave. Getting zapped, tagged down lower and lower. The heals do come through. Now the rally going to be pop shy. Collapsed upon. Bionade comes in. Terror able to keep him alive.
Wow.
Overclock is in, and Jinmu is out. Gaga now primal going to be used. Jumps over to the side, but still having just struggles. Trying to find a target to isolate. Leaf goes sliding over to the side. Rail still held. Shy gets him in the head, takes him down. Gushway now going to be nanoed up. Jumps back over, finishes off Gaga. And that should be the Hangzhou Spark gliding their way into point B. Monk just harassing around the backside, but needs to go ahead and reset. And we'll get finished off by Shy. I think he's trying to jump off the side of the map. Is unable to do so. Now 3 minutes to finish here for Hangzhou.
Shy Sojin is back, baby, and it's back on fire as well. That was some fantastic stuff coming through from the Star DPS of the Hangzhou Spark. Pineapple as well, getting active in that kill feed as a couple of late deaths on the Chengdu Hunters will slow down their ability to get a fight going on the C defense. Now, 1 minute is the target for the Hangzhou Spark, and they have about 1:45 to play through to match that, which is plenty to work on. Nano successful. Shy with another opening pick.
Huge. It's going to be the go button. Leave. Nanoed up. The nano clock coming through. Pulse bomb dropped down on the floor, and Pineapple's just going to be able to finish the kill. They did find Shy for his trouble during that time, so it's not without cost, but now Gaga antied out. Monk low on HP, finished off as the shots come through. Teru again just has Gaga's number. The cart can advance once more. 2 ults still held. Chengdu Hunters, the well is running dry.
And Spark still have plenty to play through here. Primal, Rally, they have more ultimates coming online. Shy's going to overclock again. This is potentially a great time.
Maybe another nano
2
clock.
minutes still remaining. We're on to the final corner here. Like you said, maybe even the nano clock Hunters, they need an instant pick. They need to buy time for Gaga to find this Primal as well. That's a pick.
Pineapple. Yep, good pick coming in. Gushway still in a bit of an off position. Riley's committed to the fight by Super Rich. Seems like they do want to continue here, but now Primal going to be popped. Gaga slept, or rather Gushway slept. Gaga and
Nano Blade. Nano Clock,
dives back in, looking for a little bit more. Doesn't get any eliminations though, but there's the Nano Clock, and Shy instantly comes up with 2. Now a third as Jinmu falls. Has to reload, jumps up over the top. He's looking for Leave, and he will be able to get him in the end. 4 kills for Shy. Monk dead. There's the team kill, and they cannot respawn fast enough. So it's a 23-second advantage at the end of it all for the Hangzhou Spark.
Beautiful stuff coming through. That's the combo you're looking for. Spark, they poured all their money on the Shy Horse so far. I mean, we saw that in mid-season Madness. We saw how good it was. Put the Nano on top of Shy. He will deliver you results. 4K on the Nano Clock. Doesn't get the ace, but Super Rich gets the kill anyway. More important, to get that final good time, whatever time that is. Let's take a look at Shy's 3K that he got on this A-point attack as well. Getting rid of Leaf, getting rid of Gaga. Niche is trying to do some damage, not going to be enough. And really is just the Shy Sojin show. I mean, Leaf's done some pretty good stuff as well, but it's mostly Shy carving through the Hunters, allowing Spark to get this time.
Yeah, I mean, Shy is really putting his foot down. Hangzhou Spark, slight little advantage as they will be starting on this defense. Only a minute to work with for Chengdu. We saw them very much struggle initially to get themselves into a position to take this point A. They need to be concise if they want to have a shot at this. Otherwise, granted, only a minute and 23 on the other side. This could very well end up being a draw at the end of it all.
I mean, that would be funny. After our extremely long pause, you throw a draw in there. I mean, what else could happen today? We're going to map 6. Bring it on. Final day of APAC here in play-ins. I mean, after this, the rest of the broadcast shifts to NA. We've got LA.
Day. Yeah,
playoffs.
it's a final day of APAC, period.
Yeah, this entire year. Well, welcome. You're here. You're live. Final day APAC, and we already had a great game to start out with. Opening fight now for the Hangzhou defense. Chengdu attack on the time bank. Gaga
Gaga
slept.
gonna be slept. Shouldn't really be able to get too much off the back end of this one. Shy is gonna be slept as well, and Jinmu finds the kill. Pineapple, low on HP. Needs to keep himself alive, needs to find some value. Chengdu gets the corner there on a Super Rich. The dive comes back in, he re-aggresses, the cleanup is there. Pineapple's like, guys, I got Taro! And now there's no supports. Reset off the side of the map. Gushue knows that this one is done. All right, an OT push now for Chengdu Hunters to see just how far they can take it.
I mean, for 1 minute, that's pretty good stuff. Really puts the pressure onto the Spark. They need to do at least the same Monk with an early kill to Pineapple. That is going to really put Spark down in the dumps. I mean, sure, there's a bit of early cap that you have to get through, right? This kind of Vol float has to kind of push through the archway, so Pineapple is going to respawn. It does allow the Hunters to get some early positioning on these rooftops. It's a one boon of getting Pineapple down early.
Oh, they'll make it through the initial gateway. Everybody from Hangzhou playing quite far back.
What is Gushue doing? Look at him. Just snuck his way
jumping
in.
forward. They go in with it. The pulse bomb stick is good. Nisha going to be taken out. Leave going to be antied out. That expires now. Gaga just trying to inch forward, trying to keep this thing contested. The bubble comes in. And Gushue just inserts himself straight into the thick of things. Pineapple finds one. Jinmu eliminated. Gaga now going to be primal. Going to be nanoed. Gushue going to be antied out. His primal expires. Gaga takes a hell of a lot of damage. He botches himself on the archway, ends up going down. Nisha antied out. Super Rich going to be the only casualty so far on the side of the Hangzhou Spark that does get the rally out of the fight. As Taro will also die, but that's the cause of Monk. Blade pulls Jinmu. It needs to be massive. Dives into the back line.
Oh, no.
But then can't get back over to the cart in time to keep it contested. So he's only able to find Shy, and I don't think he was going to be able to deal with Gushue all the same. So he goes for it, but you still have to say decent. Considering the minute start, Chengdu Hunters, they at least get the cap.
Well, it does mean that, you know, a full hold on A can be, well, it has to kind of be how Chengdu win. I don't know if they can really do this if Hangzhou get the A cap, because the circumstances of Hangzhou's ability to recontest there is the fact that, okay, sure, they lose Pineapple, but they regroup pretty quickly. You know, we're looking at OT sort of situations here. Gushue is kind of, you know, he's sneaking his way like a sneaky assassin around the rooftops there, just dropping down on top of the payload, have his jump and his bubble, has everything available, all cooldowns. And there was actually a really critical timing fight there as well, where Monk and Gaga nearly went down, but Monk barely drops a nano on top of Gaga, who then barely used the nano to find a primal, extending the fight. Jinmu finds a blade, eventually comes in late, but he's doing his best to try and charge it up. I actually think if there was one more player alive, if Jinmu is able to get back to the payload, get a slash on top of Pineapple and get that kill as well, there's a chance for him to potentially play that 1v1 versus Gushue. I don't think he wins the 1v1, but he buys time for his team to come back in, to assist, connect on the payload, and continue the push.
I do agree. But now it's just all about how Chengdu pilot this defense. Only change, Jinmu starts things off with the Tracer, not going to be on the Genji. Pineapple getting tagged low right off the rip.
And again, this is what Hunters did on their defense initially anyway in regulation time, right? Jinmu's there to contest Pineapple because they know that Pineapple is going to go for it.
They're playing the split once more. They try to get themselves right in between the Hangzhou Spark members after the dive, and it's working a treat. 3 kills. Gushue slept Pineapple. Uses a very quick recall. Actually, the opposite side of the bubble. He's trying to play around this one, but he's got nowhere to go. Pineapple and Gushue end up falling. The first volley going to be staved off. Chengdu, they should be able to get their full 5 back together.
Yeah, they will, because they got some extra kills there. Nisha died early, right? So because Nisha's already running his way back, Hangzhou Spark are only getting their 5 now. It'll be another 5 versus 5. Hunters taking some risks, right? They're going for the full 5-man dive. Last time they got punished for that. This time they will succeed. And now we're looking towards Ultimates. Ultimates should be coming online as we hit the OT. Whoever gets them first is going to be able to swing the fight.
Jinmu trying desperately to get the pulse, but Leave dealt with. Pineapple finds that elimination. They jump into the back line. They're trying to get rid of Shy. The point is contested. They're starting to tick up. Gaga antied out, low HP, finished off. Now Nisha gone as well. With the cap coming through, it seems like the Hangzhou Spark not done yet. Shy scooping 3 kills in the back end. In the meantime, Pineapple's just holding the line, making sure that they do not lose this off of C9.
And you have to now consider, okay, what is the final contest from Hunters here? They tried to shut down Shy, and Shy is a raid boss. I mean, he refused to die there. He gets a 3 to 4K, I believe. And you're right, it has to be in front of the sport, but it has to be a situation where Gaga, just like Goose Ray before him, instantly is able to affect that payload. They have a nano nearly online ahead of where Teru is. That's really important. Pulse bomb for Pulse bomb as well. And as this payload gets up, Gaga's got to go. Gaga has to go.
It's rolling forward. Where's the touch? Gaga. He's biding his time. Takes it down to 1.36 meters before he finally touches. The nano is available from Monk.
No, it's
and
gone.
then they stepped away from it. And then they stepped away from it.
And they had the nano as well. And they literally had the nano as well. I think he got booped. Maybe he got booped. Benefit of the doubt, he was the only one there. Gaga was the only one there. There's zero chance he just steps away or jumps away. I think he had to have been booped by Super Edge. It's the only thing I can say. It's the only way to explain it. Because if it's not that, then I lose my mind. I lose my mind if it's not that.
It has to be the forced error. We're going to request a replay. Hopefully we can get that. And we'll go ahead and take a look at what exactly just happened. But I agree. I think that Gaga, he does have the wherewithal. He does have the information that he needs to be able to play the cart. And we watched it. He walked away. He literally walked away.
Did he?
Never mind. Everything out the window. All credibility gone. Shattered. Hangzhou Spark, they lead 2-0. They're one map away from advancing into the playoffs and ending the Chengdu Hunters season. They have been reverse swept before. Chengdu Hunters just pulled off a reverse sweep. Let's see if they can do it back to back to keep their season alive. That's what it takes. We'll see if they can do it when we come back from the break. And here we are, the fated moment that continues to just strike time and time again. You see Gaga, he's just chilling in a bubble.
It's just him.
He's just zapping. No one else is there. Jinmu's not nearby. I mean, you can see Jinmu's shot.
Here's the crazy part.
He leaves rail.
Can I say this? This is the craziest part to me. They have nano, which means you don't have to kite. You can literally just sit on the payload because you know no matter what happens, your risk of death is like next to zero because you know you have nano. Therefore, there is no reason to kite. There is no reason to run backwards. Nothing. Just literally sit on the payload and receive the nano and fight. That's it. That's it. That's the tweet.
We tried to think of the possibilities. I was like, yeah, it could have been a shield bash. It could have been a whip shot. Maybe he got whip shot and then slept, and then he couldn't recontest it. No.
They just, in the words of Josh Sideshow Wilkinson, they just didn't touch. They just didn't touch.
Time is a flat circle. It all comes back around to Chengdu Hunters. It's got to be something at this point at the molecular level that just causes this to happen, because it's just time and time again.
I'm gonna say this. Look, you need to check Gaga's PayPal account. You need to check if he's on the Chang'un payroll. You need to get ESIC involved right now because I smell something fishy here. I smell something real fishy. I don't like it. So it's two series in a row. Map 1 and Map 2, two matches in a row now. Back-to-back 4 C9s total. Map 1 and Map 2 versus Charge. Map 1, Map 2 versus Hangzhou. And now Chengdu have to reverse sweep again.
See, it can't even be that. We don't even have to launch an investigation, because oftentimes when you get those DMs slid through with a little bit of cash under it, it also says make it look convincing, which it didn't. This was just Gaga with his finger on the S key a little bit too long. A huge mistake. But you know what?
Oh, man.
Who cares? Moving on. We're moving on. We're going to go into map number 3. Hangzhou Spark are looking to close this out. This is, again, familiar territory for the Chengdu Hunters, who just did pull off a reverse sweep over the Guangzhou Charge. So we'll see if they can do it once more. And what a story that would be, because they did also C9 multiple times in those first two maps versus Guangzhou. So can they just go ahead and close it out? We'll see. It's going to be
another
Dorado
story
again.
for you. What if Spark just win 3-0? How mad would you be if you were a Charge fan? How mad would you be if you're watching this and Spark just 3-0 the Hunters off of 2 C9s, maybe even 3? The night's young. We could get more.
I can't adequately and accurately answer your question because it's not broadcast friendly, but I will say I would be livid. It would not be a good feeling.
Charge fans absolutely livid. They're watching this right now.
Yeah. Hair would be pulled out.
I got another one. I got another story for
smashed.
You. How about this? Chengdu C9 on purpose so that they can guarantee a map pick on Dorado. Boom. Done. How about that?
Uh-huh.
That's the only way. It's the only way you guarantee a map pick on Dorado.
But you're also playing against Guxue. So, you're not really putting yourself in that much of an advantageous position, I feel, compared to when they played versus the Charge.
They predicted that Chang'un would put Burner in, and now that Chang'un hasn't put Burner in, Hunter's like, damn it, our strategy doesn't work now.
The plan has fallen apart. I can't believe that Chengdu did the right thing. Well, Jinmu going to be slept, and he's going to die.
Shy opening frag, it's normal.
Yeah, granted that one handed to him on a silver platter by Teru. Either way, it's a great catch. Pineapple in the meantime, just sitting up above, harassing where possible. He's just about to be halfway to that pulse bomb. Leave trying to get his off the ground.
Well, payload movement is slow but steady. Let's see what Jinmu can do in terms of setting up this dive. Now, previously versus the Charge, they set up dives quite effectively, double backline kills. You see here, though, Gaga got slept. As soon as Jinmu got the hack done, Gaga got slept, couldn't dive in.
And Gaga tries to go for the play. Says, you got the hack, I'm coming! And then just immediately dies. Shut out. Right now,
look at Guxue's ult charge, by the way.
On this cart. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. You might go to Dorado, but you're playing against Gushway. He got his warm-up game in Paraiso, and now he's jazzed up and ready to just go ahead and pound.
Oh my god. He's got triple the ult charge of Gaga. That's incredible. Monk does
Monk's
have the
got a
ability
nano available. He's going to use
okay.
it just in case he dies. Throws it over to Gaga. Gaga's just getting kind of turned around, trying to identify where he needs to be. There's going to be a sleep dart as he leaps up onto the high ground. And because he doesn't have a problem, he's still going to be at risk. Looks like he will manage to make it out in safety. Gushway in the meantime, he's deep into the back lines. He's keeping people locked inside of the spawn room doors. Jumps up onto the high ground right as the primal expires. And the cart has not really budged.
Yeah, it's definitely been, it had some early movement, but now it's been stationary for a long time. Credit Pineapple for mainly keeping that one under lock.
And Gushway just kills both
cancelled
supports.
rally. Okay. That rally's gone.
Gushway is just unleashed right now. Half the time bank going to be drained.
Nisha didn't even get to finish the alt line. You know, the when you announce that you rallied, the voice line didn't even finish. He's just gone. So, as you said, more than half the time is gone. The payload's sliding backwards now. Gushway's playing the game of his life. And Hunters are struggling to get these dives gone.
Pineapple is continuing to play elusively. This maintains that high ground control lead.
Death.
Okay.
That's the first spark death of the defense so far.
That it is. Pineapple damn close to joining him as well. It's tagged low. He's going to try to actually go on the offensive here despite getting absolutely wrecked. Dashes away. Keeps himself safe. Gushway finds Nisha, but it's going to be antied out and should die. And there you go. Lee finally is able to find the kill. And the cart can start moving forward for pretty much the first time now for the Chengdu Hunters. Just about have a minute remaining. Gaga going to be antied out. Rally rolling from Super Rich. Primal gets popped. He's looking for the corner juggle and Shy. Well, he rejoins the fight. He's instantly sent right back over into the spawn room. We'll have to come back out of the bank again. Sleep onto Gaga. Drains out the rest of the Primal. Pineapple goes into the back line. The pulse bomb's still going to be held. Now he lets it loose. Doesn't find a sick. Doesn't find a kill. Nisha stays alive.
Oh, good EMP.
Comes in. Gushway going to be shut down. Doesn't get the opportunity to go ahead and use the ult. Really good EMP. Very much needed for the side of the Chengdu Hunters, who seems like finally they are getting over the hump and being able to push into A. No further contest to be found, so they will go ahead and bump up to 3 minutes.
That's the extra Bionate from Monk landing onto Super Rich and Tira as well, keeping them away. No Pineapple, no Gushway means no touch. Shy's not going to be the one going in for it. Supports aren't going to go for it either. Really huge EMP. The fact that they got the kill to Gushway within the 1.75 seconds on a Winston of all players, denying the Primal from happening. If the Primal went off, very different looking defense. Tira had the Nano as well. Now we finally made it over towards B. Hunters fresh out of ultimates. A couple now charging. Sparks should be able to force the reset here. They can go in. Nano to play with. Gushway can feel really safe. Might even be Nano clock again. Shy does have that ultimate. Oh, what a
nice
save.
Nano. Yeah, Taro just playing that one out beautifully. Casual Nano over to the side. Overclock now invested. Shy looking for some targets. Bubbles denying a hell of a lot of this damage output though. Sees lead for a brief little moment, still holds on to the full charge rail. Love to get an elimination with that, but they buy some space for themselves, but now it's going to be a dive into the back lines once more. Shy, the target of choice. Went low,
so
does
well
get
pocketed
saved by his teammates. Yeah.
I mean, it's just been defended. His linesmen are just constantly getting in the way. Pineapple now deep. Gets Nisha down. Okay. That's a problem for Hunters.
Nisha gone, Gushway goes straight back in. Finds the kill, still going to be antied out, but jumps over onto the high ground, joins in, takes Gaga a bit lower, pursues a little bit more to get some extra little zappies in. Because come on, I know you got that Primal, why don't you use it?
I gotta say, Tira's been impressive. You know, in the Charge series, Monk was the one sleeping all targets, but here, every time Gaga jumps on in, Tira's got the sleep ready. Gushway, meanwhile, is having a lot more success on the back line. Hunters now running out of time once more. That extra 230 they bought for themselves is currently being dripped down. This Nano has to work.
Oh, Tara, he's got a Nano to Winston in his face, and he just casually turns to the side and says, oh yeah, let me help you kill Jinmu real quick.
Yeah, Tara's been
Finishes
so good.
him off. Super Rich is getting juggled all the way into the back line of the Chengdu Hunters. Now is going to be antied out. Shield does get raised. So he tries to keep himself alive, but just going to get shield bashed straight into the wall, breaking his neck. Monk does find the finishing blow, but 57 seconds now remaining. A couple extra kills are found for the Chengdu Hunters finally. Getting the cart moving, getting ready to start rounding that final corner.
Okay, look at this, EMP available.
The EMP is there.
Yeah, the EMP is really important here. Jinmu going to start scouting. He's going to look for positioning. He knows the back line is on that opposite high ground. He's already in position now. And there it is. Great jump in from Gaga.
Yep, instantly uses it. Gaga's there to play. They find both supports plus Shy. Leave now, just looking to just beam down Gushway where possible, hold on to the ult.
Should be a cap.
He can, and he does, and that'll be the cap. So just shy of 2 minutes now. We're at 50 here for Chengdu Hunters in the final stretch. It's looking like if they're going to be able to get this finish, it's going to have to be in overtime. It is. They're looking for some extra staggers, and they're going to get all of them. Again, it's the same 3 getting taken down right as they respawn. Bridge, Teru, and Shy all eliminated.
And you got to be careful here because this is very much like Paraiso, right? Where you have a situation where Spark don't get a full reset, and so they don't get to fight. Here, because the payload's really far away, they are going to get that reset going for them. But bit of a scary moment where you consider it's basically like, what, 8 kills, considering they lost a fight, lost 5, 3 more extra die. Respawners. EMP connects perfectly. That's one way to stop Gaga from getting slipped. You just EMP Teru.
And it goes out. It's overclock once more. It's going to be Monk taken down by Pineapple. Jinmu will find Teru to answer back a kill, but Pineapple scoops 2. The overclock, not going to be the most value in the world, but it still helps them buy enough space, keeps everybody scrambling, as Pineapple will get a late kill on the leave, and that's crucial.
I mean, whether Shy gets the kills or not, Spark win the fight, right? That's the important thing. You spend 2 ultimates there. The end result is the same whether Shy gets the kills or somebody else gets the kills. And now, listen, about 40 seconds remaining here. Hunter's building a final EMP. A final position to play through. Nano into Primal is how they can extend this fight. And if they cap, it's going to have to be in the OT here. Payload positioning is not amazing. Could be a secondary fight here. Hunters might have to win 2 to get the cap.
Gaga getting tagged up. Does hold on to that Primal Rage. She's going to go jumping into the back line, but so is Pineapple. Stick onto the shield, and that's going to be Nisha taken down. Gushway now primaled up as well. And there's the cleanup. The support's now gone. Jinmu and Leave. Going to have to try to fight this one out, but Jinmu has to translocate away. He's been spotted by the bang.
He can't do it.
And the car is just got to be touched. It's got to be Leave. He's around the corner. They spot him out. They know where he is. They reroute him. He manages to get the touch. Retreats. Gets the OT. Forced for the squad. Nano, EMP at the ready. EMP comes out. Rally's rolling. Super Rich a little bit ahead of the curve on that regard. And that gets the whip shot out to go ahead and punish Leave. Taking him down. The green HP helping to keep everybody sustained as best as possible. Gushway tagged up low. Gaga rejoins on the Doom Fist. Nano still at the ready from Monk. Shy. Anti, somehow, no one killing him off.
Super Rich well, look at the HP, but they were so low. Super Rich again on 1 HP, but doesn't die. Gushway slept, hacked, still alive, refuses to go down.
But they have gotten everybody back over to the card, so there's definitely a potential here for the Chengdu Hunters, but they need to play this out perfectly. Pulse Bomb, stick goes in, Nisha gonna be taken down, and that might just be the hopes here, finishing the map completely snuffed out. Pineapple finds his second, gets both of the supports. And now Gaga is going to fall. The overclock here at the end from Shy will go ahead and find Leave. Just stop, make sure they can't extend this any further. Puts an end to the shenanigans. And the cart will rest just at the second to last corner there ahead of point C. So Hangzhou Spark once more a very real win condition for themselves. Yeah.
I mean, you have to look at Pineapple's pressure there as well. He had complete control in that backline, running after Monk and Nisha. How many sticks onto Nisha have we seen so far? 2 in a row from my POV. Really just destroys Nisha's ability to play this game and stay in. And it's all on the back of Monk as the solo here to try and keep players alive. Gaga's forced to be on a Doom just to get a final contest in there. Jinmu's EMP, not ideal. They never got to set up that final play, and this is the crux of the moment for the Chengdu Hunters, where they have one good shot left to make an attempt going, but they have to land this EMP perfectly, as they did when they're capping B. That moment never happened. Jinmu got revealed. He got pushed away. Gaga dead. Chengdu Hunters. Leave had to touch. At least Leave lived for a while. He still died. Still was a 4v5. The EMP was, I guess, just for show at the end of the day. They couldn't use it as a real win condition. Jinmu just pulls the trigger. No follow-up. Gaga wasn't there. Leave was dead. So the Hangzhou Spark, I think, destined to be able to get the hold here. Hold it on that final C contest. Some stuff went wrong for Hangzhou on A in terms of just kind of getting momentum snowball by Hunters after they finally won a fight. But beyond that, it is mostly Spark just winning the day.
Oh.
He didn't want to get out of bed today.
No, clearly not. He did look a little bit sleepy at the beginning of the last map, but certainly is woken up now. See how long Chengdu can try to hold them in this position. Similar positioning from Leave and Gaga up onto the high ground. Gaga now just keeps the cart contested. Pineapple harassing from the flank, has to use the recall, keep himself alive. Anti chucked in, only going to find Super Rich so far.
Yeah, there's no real attempt here to, I don't know, Jinmu needs to link up with a hack or something, because Chengdu are very patiently waiting for a position to actually dive in. Gaga and Leave just kind of playing extremities.
Leave.
Gaga as well, putting his life on the line to stall the payload. You talked about Leave there, he takes so much damage. He's going to have to go health pack hunting, so he's out of the fight.
Gaga just eating some of this damage from behind. Teru just spamming into him. Nisha taken out. Pineapple finds an opener, and then Monk goes down. Guchwei stomp. The support's now dead. Gaga finished off as well, and Leave, I thought, maybe he was going to look to commit the pulse bomb to this fight, but with Gaga falling first, he decides to hold on to it, which is in all likelihood the wiser move. Pineapple as well, just spy checking Jinmu by running into his face. Spots out the Sombra, and has the read. Knows that he's going to be inside room.
There's not going to be time for this EMP, I think.
More.
Hunters have one contest here, and Teru and Super Rich have the ultimates first. Pineapple can also shut down this rotation. I mean, he's on the back line already.
He gets
one
him.
stick. That is so good. He is so brilliant on these sticks.
Yeah, it's looking great here from Pineapple. I mean, he made his, kind of re-debut, I guess, just last week. We weren't sure how he was going to look, and he was absolutely phenomenal. The follow-up series, not so much. The whole team very much struggled, but Hangzhou Sparks are very much firing on all cylinders right now.
I tell you this as well. Remember the storyline that we had when Charge played Chengdu a little bit earlier, and that was on Dorado as well, so I like the one-to-one comparison. It was the Charge back line of Xerneas and Farway completely getting deleted by the Guchwei, so the Gaga Leave Jinmu dive combo. Now it's like the complete opposite. Chengdu are the ones that cannot land on Super Rich and Teru. They cannot link up these dives. Super Rich and Teru don't seem to be killable. Teru's been playing out of his mind today, whereas on the other hand, Pineapple and Guchwei have been dominating the Chengdu Hunters backline.
Okay, there's the EMP. The rally's going to come out from Super Rich, but Teru still going to fall. Shy taken down moments before that. And they just all corralling around the Brigida. Really trying to get this additional stagger, and there's just nowhere really for Super Rich to go, so he does end up dying. So they play well into the back behind the spawn, actually. Good stagger kills here from the side of Chengdu Hunters. This is exactly what they need to try to chew up this time bank. Guchwei, in the meantime, has actually committed the primal off screen. Pineapple going to be taken down, and there's still a very real hope that Chengdu Hunters maintain control of this. The rally just now expires. They have a good amount of HP, and Gaga gets Super Rich. They're going to hold.
Yeah, I mean, Guchwei was just kind of sliding on the rooftops. He gets taken down by Nisha here, off the back of a hack from Jinmu as well, with Shy falling with a nice snipe from Gaga. Hunters have got control on spawn. They're actually spawn capping the Spark at the moment. I don't think they can hold this forever, because you have League going down. They drop members.
They know where Jinmu's at, but they force the translocate.
That was a good EMP from Jinmu to start that out. I gotta say, the EMP was the impetus to have all of this begin for the Hunters. And now the Nano to follow through.
Nano to Gaga, they're looking for a hell of a lot more now. Piling in, looking for Shy again. We'll go ahead and get the sleep, get the anti. Gaga this time has overstepped. There's no one there to try to save him. Anti does connect onto both of the supports. The covering fire looking decent, though, from the Hangzhou Spark as the nades come in and Guchwei comes to the rescue. They clean up Monk. Nisha now going to get dropped as well. Couldn't escape, but a good amount of time bought by the Hangzhou Spark. Or by the Chengdu Hunters against the Hangzhou Spark. 2 minutes 22 right now as they finally get to the halfway point of this push.
When you can actually spawn camp the attacking team, that's always going to be a good sign. However, time is not on the side of the Chengdu Hunters. Hangzhou Spark just need to finish the map, and they're good to go in the payload position. Despite all of that, it's pretty reasonable. EMP doesn't do much.
No, it does not. They find Super Rich. I thought maybe the Nano was going to go on to him. It does not. Instead, it goes over to Shy. Doesn't even pop the overclock, so still has that for a rainy day. Guchwei continues to buy space. Jumping forward here into the final section of the map. Cart being brought up now about 10 meters away. Jinmu goes for the hack. They find Shy. They're looking for the elimination. The bubble comes down as well, trying to deny any healing that they possibly can, but now the overclock is going to get popped. Jinmu narrowly manages to escape. Gaga tries to jump out, but Shy is quick to reply. The rail goes across. He's just pumping damage into them right now. Monk taken down. Slide up over the top. The headshot comes through. Nisha dead. The rally canceled. Leave now finished off by the shield bash. And it's going to be just shy of 3 minutes. And they don't even have to finish the map.
And a late kill here as well, so a little free push coming on through. Like I said, don't have to finish the map. Pink box of victory there, very close by. I mean, they don't have to do too much here to finish, get the 3-0. And we saw the Hunters get a reverse sweep versus the Guangzhou Charge. This is just such a different game. Spark are the ones that are currently controlling the game right now. They don't look like they're about to lose. Shy has been phenomenal here. They have the frontline control. They don't have ultimates. Hunters can definitely win this fight off their ultimates, but Spark have a lot of time to play through.
Pulse Bomb not going to find the stick. Could have been a massive turning point here. Leaf could have gotten an elimination off of that one. That's going to be the problem from Gaga. Just scattering the Hangzhou Spark members to the wind. Pulse Bomb out from Pineapple as well. Not going to get a connection. Super Edge taken down now. Shy and Teru all do fall. Gushue is only able to answer one back. Then elimination onto Nisha. So for now, the space and the time will be bought by Chengdu.
I need to do that about 2 to 3 more times as well. It's 2 minutes left for Hangzhou Spark. A couple of final contests. EMP plus Nano for the next fight. Ideally, they just use the EMP to win it. So there is a pathway. There is a window of opportunity for the Hunters to still maybe take away this map. Take us to a map 4. Get that reverse sweep magic back again. Kilios, it does require them to touch the payload. So, you know, that
is exactly what I was going to say. We are aligned in the win conditions for Chengdu. Leaf are now taking it into his own hands to make sure that the cart is contested. Dash into the back. There's the EMP shot. Instantly hits the floor. And he does go out of the Gaga, but I'm not sure if they're going to be able to find a punish. The sleep goes across, but he's instantly woken up. Gushue is well going to fall asleep. Who got the nano? Wreaking havoc.
Who got the nano there? Was it Shy? Sure. Because I think Shy died so fast and Nano didn't connect. That's one of those rare moments where, because the Nano is actually a projectile, most people don't know that. It's an extremely fast projectile, but you can kill the target before the Nano lands, and I think Shy died before the Nano landed.
Okay, Pineapple threatening it. Saying, come on, Chengdu, do what you do best. Don't touch the cart. They do realize what's happening rather swiftly. Pulse Bomb not going to hit. Nano out from Monk. This goes over to Jinmu. He's onto the Sombra. There's another Pulse Bomb stick onto the shield, but this time it's not going to be able to find the kill. Nisha stays alive. 86% shy of the rally, but Pineapple finishes him off. Leave out of the fight. Monk getting cleaved down lower and lower, and Teru finishes him with the anti-nade.
Should be the
That'll be the cleanup, and that will be the finish. They make a good show of it here to the Chengdu Hunters, but they cannot stave off the Hangzhou Spark. They will not be denied. It is a 3-0 for them. They keep their season alive, and they're moving forward into the playoffs.
Yeah, we're going to see Hangzhou Spark in LA, the full team, all members. How many is it? Like 12? Giant coaching staff. Mira is going to be there as well. They took some very late season gambles. Alfie in the camp coming through. Pineapple giving the respect over. And this is one of those situations where Spark, again, the second half of their season, during Summer Showdown, Countdown Cup, it's been pretty atrocious. To be clear, they only won 2 matches this entire second half of the season. Out of their 11 wins, 9 of them came through from the first 2 stages, and now the recovery finally comes in. It just required somebody else to beat the charge. For whatever reason, in the Showdown, Spark could not do anything versus the Guangzhou charge, but with the Chengdu Hunters getting in the way, denying the charge, Spark will be able to get the 3-0 done and dusted. They, having been the team that, if you look at pure standings, have been top 4 in the Eastern Division the entire way through this year. In some ways, you got to say, the highest seeded team, the most, I guess, highest performing other APAC team, despite the losses they've had in the last 2 stages. If there is a road to recovery where they can get back into that kickoff clash or mid-season Madness form, you probably do want to see the Spark. The big question is, as we move forward, can they play to the heights they've played before, moving into LA, moving to the playoffs?
I mean, we'll have to just wait and see, because there is one very exploitable weakness that the Sparks still suffer from, which is kind of coinciding with our player of the match, which is kill Shy, because when we saw Shy getting picked off time and time again, that's when Chengdu Hunters were pulling off the spawn camp, were really staving them off on that attack towards point C. Shy, as mentioned, is going to be our player of the match, and he had, while he was getting punished a bit there on Dorado, he still had some amazing moments this whole series throughout, granted just 3 maps of it. But he just continues to show that he needs to be respected. He needs to be the focus fire target if you're going up against the Hangzhou Spark, because when he's piloting this Sojourn, he is so deadly.
And I got to say as well, in terms of keeping players alive, in terms of being able to protect your key players in this matchup, Teru did a phenomenal job today. Shy, I think, was easily the star of the show. I mean, what he was doing across these 3 maps, especially in the Paraiso, I think he had 2 4K runs. It's dominant. I mean, this is a classic Shy. This is the Shy that we remember from Mid-Season Madness. It dominated back in that meta as well. And now 2 stages later, despite the difficulties, I think Shy had been still a standout for the team, even when Spark were losing. But they have more options on the backline now. They've reintroduced Super Rich back in the lineup. Now we've had different combinations. We've had yeah, it's a good one. We've had Neko and Teru together. We've had Irony plus Teru together for the double flex support, and now we got Super Rich and Teru. And I think Teru might actually be the better option compared to Irony. And to back up Shy, you need the best lineup you can get. And between Burner and Gouche, just respecting the fact that they can still play the Winston. Now, I don't know if they can keep playing the Winston versus the NA teams as well. It's probably fine versus Gaga, considering both teams just stay on the Winston. It's just like you shake hands, we play the Winston duel, it is what it is. I think Spark have the firepower. I mean, this is the kind of thing where the hopium is, you look at the strengths of the Spark, and you hope that comes back to them as we move to playoffs, because otherwise, you are still a little bit scared and concerned about their overall performance over the last two stages. But the hope is there.
Yeah. It certainly is. And there's never been a question or a doubt about the ability of these players, because we know individually how good they are. It's just so many times, outside of the start of the season, that the cohesion has looked like it's completely fallen apart, that the comms have broken down, that they're not really able to keep Shy protected, and that's where things have really unraveled for them. But this matchup right here, definitely reinstilling a bit of hope. That could be a very dangerous thing, though, hope. But we'll have to just keep our eyes trained on the Hangzhou Spark and see how they do perform as they get ready to go over to America and compete in the playoffs. So a huge congratulations to them. Another big thank you to all of the teams, because now we have actually the bottom three ended up getting eliminated, which I guess is kind of par for the course here. But a big thank you to the Valiant, for the Guangzhou Charge, and the Chengdu Hunters for putting on incredible performances and entertaining the hell out of us. Even though there are some oopsies, there's some moments of not touching the card from all of those teams. It was still wonderful to watch the whole season throughout. And again, I'm really happy to see the perseverance from all of the teams. No one giving up faith that they can make a run into the play-ins. Yeah. Everybody fighting tooth and nail here in this final meta that has just been so back and forth, so very even pretty much between all of the squads. But it's just been wonderful to be able to bring you guys APAC.
Yeah, thank you for watching APAC. If you've been staying up late, thank you. If you've been waking up early, thank you. This is the final APAC broadcast of the year. Shout outs to some of the other guys who have been in APAC